Okay, yeah. So last time we left off implementing the localization, specifically that part where we parse the keyword translation pairs and insert it to the table. Yeah, so we already made a good chunk of the main method where you load the localization data. We added some nice error checking, prevent multiple to prevent you can load the same language from multiple files, right? So it's only allowed that each translation file or that each language is only that you can't have multiple files with the same language, basically. Okay. So it is a little bit of a nested thing going on here, but I guess this is fine. So here we parse the keyword translation pairs. And how we parse them, so we have a cache string up here that we use. Yeah, but now we actually, so early in the first part I wanted to avoid using such a cache string as much as possible, because in the end the string will be saved in the string hash maps, right? If you remember, it's just a hash map with a string. Key is the string and value is the value type here. And the string obviously can save data. And yeah, this cache string just needs its own memory, which yeah, I want to avoid. Okay, so I then want to directly assign the string and the first string. So then the rule is we start a new line. So here we parse until we hit a new line in the first. Then we say everything between the first semicolon and the new line that's hidden here is the language code, and then we step into the new line and do the same. Everything from the past new line to the first semicolon is the keyword. Everything after the first semicolon up to the new line or line feed is the translation, right? So yeah, it kind of goes like this, where this is then our key and this is our translation. So yeah. So here we need our cache string. Yeah, first we continue to read the past in data. So we get an asset here. Already showed this last time. The asset is just a wrapper over a file, like an abstract thing. Yeah, we do some checks on the extension and we assume that the file format fits if the extension is correct. And yeah, so then we keep parsing until we hit a semicolon in this case. So yeah, we are not modifying the data here, we're using the just an integer incremented, and then we use the pointer plus the offset, which the pointer is base type jar. So each the number just progresses the pointer by 1 byte, right? Because pointer, if you plus a pointer with a number, it always increments by the size of the base type of the pointer, right? Yeah, then we check it for null, right? So we don't do out of bounds read. Yeah, until the first semicolon, and then we check the length, and then because we need the length to assign the string. So keyword length or len is then the I minus the language and actually so yeah, it's then I minus keyword start. Then if 0, then we skip it, but yeah. While, so we need to wrap this again. And it is getting a little bit convoluted, I do admit that. I don't know, I don't like this out of while loop here. This does make a lot of sense. I mean, I can actually, yeah, I can just pull all of this out actually. So yeah, I just need to assign my cache string to the language here. Maybe I should do the assignment after checking the length. Then see if it's already contained. If not, if it is, I return. If it's not, I break. Okay. Then I'm out here, then I can get the specific table. And then I still have I, right? So I can continue. Okay. So I'm just gonna, so obviously we kind of need this in a loop later on, but I'm just gonna write it for a single iteration now, because it's easier, and then just put it in a loop, because we obviously need to read the keyword pass for each line until we hit the end of the data. So we have keyword start, which is then yeah, already passed the new line because it's being incremented here. Then we read up to the semicolon. Yeah, we divide it. Then we string that assign. We assign yeah, the work pointer plus keyword start. That's where we start off. And then we assign keyword length many characters to the string, which should then be exactly the keyword. Before we do the assign, we do want to check if it's if the length is 0, because then we do a continue here, which doesn't work yet. And we log a warning, which means yeah, I mean, it's just translation file name contains empty keyword. Yep, and then pass the asset docket file name. Okay. Then we have the cache string. Cache string now contains the keyword. And yeah, now we get we can make a new entry into the table. And get the translation. And then for the translation, we do the same as here above. But we translation start. I guess we can also make a function then to like translation length. Okay, and then we assign translation equals. We first need to assign. Translation start, translation length. Okay, so this would then be the parsing of the pass. Then we need to wrap it while plus I is not null. And that should pretty much do it. Like make a comment. Parsing of the keywords. Translation pass. Already deleted this from earlier. Okay, then we have a little counter here. We want to increment to give the user some okay. Yeah, just some stats for the user to see how many keywords were loaded, and we can just do this here. Yeah, I guess rename this to like yes. Okay, now we should actually test it. Or maybe implement the rest of the methods first. So then, yeah, I mean this should do it. I guess there's gonna be some errors in there, but yeah, I'm just gonna debug it then. There's no point in like theorizing about some errors, and maybe it needs some bit more formatting, something like this, like new line here. That these are like two paragraphs. Okay. Then add localization is basically then. I mean, okay, yeah, it's fine because basically I can just reuse this method here. I'm just thinking, right? Because here, this, yeah, because this method basically does what I'm doing here, right? Adding a new translation. The problem is it takes just as and as well cause copies of strings. I guess this is fine. Yeah, this should be fine because yeah, because I mean the string needs to be stored somewhere, right? And here, as I said, the key type is the string. Yeah, so it just needs to be saved somewhere, so an allocation has to happen, which is fine then, because the allocation happens for the string where it's already saved, right? And it needs to be saved no matter what. Okay, so yeah, we can basically then copy all of the code from above here. I guess I just need to rewrite this then. So I mean we can implement this like data.language mapping And then, yeah, maybe think about what operators we want to use, right? Maybe we want to do a check here. Yeah, we want to optimize this, so we use the iterators to something like this. So if this is not needed, so we find the language, if the language even exists. But in this case, we don't care if it exists. So we can just get auto reference table, language mapping, language, right? We can use the subscript operator here because we're adding a new one. Yeah, and this automatically adds a new entry to the table. Okay, so then we have a table here. Then I guess we want to do checks if the keyword already exists, right? Like here we do a find. If it's not equal to the end, it means it already exists. Now, I mean, yeah, now there's the question, what do we do, right? Because there's like, I mean, there's two different things you can do, right? You can not log a warning or you can log a warning. So the case we have here is if you try to insert a translation for a keyword that already has a translation, right? Should it just be silently replaced, or should you log a warning and then replace it, or should you just abort and return and not do anything? I personally think here that the most sane option would be, well, first of all, to find the best solution here, I guess, is to look at how the method is going to be used. So the more it's going to be called, the less you want to the less you want to log something, right? Because if you call the method 1,000 times and you have 1,000 logs in your chat or like in your terminal, it's annoying. Yeah. So I guess I'm actually not. I guess I am gonna log something here. Log a warning here. Sure. And replace it. So the exact case is here that the keyword already exists. If the keyword exists, it means there's a translation. Which, now that I'm thinking about, is actually not 100% true, because here is it? Yeah, so it is possible that if the keyword is valid, right, but like this, the translation is empty, then you would here you would add a new key, and then continue here, so not add translation, right? So it could stay empty with a valid key. Yeah, so having the keyword existing at a table does not mean there's a valid translation, but yeah, I mean, having an empty translation is kind of an invalid state, right? So keyword pair. Yeah, maybe I just do it because what I can do is I can do table it.second.empty, right? Because I'm getting back a string. I don't know. I should do that. I should just do keyword for the given keyword already exists in this language. Yeah, I want to add some. The problem is also another thing. I also already have this validate method, which is doing the things, right? So I guess I'll just silently replace it. Yeah. Translation. What's the problem here? Right, we're not returning anything. Yeah. So I guess this find is kind of obsolete as well. Yeah. Guess I can just do this and then, you know, do this. Yeah. But I guess like this it's more clear. Right. Yeah, so I could just reuse this method above here, but I guess it's not really needed. I guess I want to avoid the case which I just described earlier, that if one of them is valid, that, or like if the keyword is valid and the translation is not, that the keyword is already added. But I guess, yeah, maybe you want an empty string as translation. I don't know. That makes sense. Okay, I mean, this is pretty straightforward. Just assign the language, return the language. Yeah, and for here. So what I'm gonna do, so we want to do this efficiently, right? So what we want to do is here check, obviously, the two things we promised the user here. First want to check for keywords where the translation is empty. But I guess we already, like, it's not possible, right? I mean, yeah, this already prevents us from having empty translations. So yeah, so there's not really a concept of missing a translation. But I mean, I guess, yeah. I mean, I guess it does continue, so it stays empty, right? Also, I can do like translation.clear probably. I don't know, I'm just gonna, yeah, I'm gonna check for it anyway. So we iterate through the language mapping. We get first, our pair.first is the language string, and our pair.second is our table, yes. First of all, so yeah, I guess the first check is pretty easy. The second one is a bit harder. So we want, because we need to build a list of some sorts, right? Yeah, for example, if the German language file has 2 keywords and another, for example, the US file only has 1, this is an inconsistency, right? And probably, you just forgot to add 1 more, and we want to detect this. Yeah, so you could make this pretty complex by like saying, because what's the case now? Has the German language one more, or has the US one less? Which is the correct state? We don't know that. So I guess I'm just going to choose the straightforward approach here, which would be that the first table you come across, you just check each table after it if the keywords match up. Exactly, right. So in the end, this means that each language file has to contain the same keywords, and yeah, which means they're consistent, which I guess is just an easy and straightforward answer. And we also then don't need to externally make a state vector here and save the keys or whatever, because the keys are already allocated in the table, and we just check each table after. Okay, so then we need a pointer here to a table. Shell table. Then assign it right. Yeah, so basically if you only have one table, it is consistent, right? Because you have nothing to check it with. And as soon as you have a table, you can check it. So I guess we actually want to avoid the self-check, right? So we have to do the check in front. Let's just make an else here. Yeah, I guess the else is cleaner. Else for const auto reference, important pair in table. Yeah, I guess we need a double iterator loop here. Because the keywords, I mean, okay, that's a problem. So, right, because the keywords, so, okay, so there's a couple of problems, First of all, I don't think, like theoretically, there's no guarantee about order in the hash map, right, about the keys. So if you insert a bunch of keys and iterate them, they're not guaranteed to be in a specific order because it's an unordered map. So it's more about contains, first of all. Right, and yeah, and second of all, yeah, which is why I can't just do the double iteration I just had in my head, right? If it were vectors, right, you could just make like a double iteration loop and just advance one vector each step, and then check if both elements at the current index just match up. Yeah, but in this case, what I actually want to do is I want to iterate I'm gonna call it like the the reference pair in the initial table, like this. Table that contains. So if table not contains, so we iterate through each pair in the initial table, and this only happens once. I guess I can like clean this up by, whoops, by making it continue and then avoiding the indentation. Like this, right? Because it only happens once, and then, yeah, it looks cleaner. Just need to think about the other check. So the other check is just, no, nothing is empty, right? Yeah, I can just, this is just a static check. And table if pair second empty log warning. I actually don't want to log individual things. I want to save it and then give one big thing. Actually, thinking about how I want to do it, because validate localizations does something across all registered languages, right? So if I just return, you know, if the user like registers 10 languages and I just return, there's like 10 empty keywords, right? The user has no idea where they are. So it's, yeah, so I kind of need to find the right balance between reducing the printouts, but also giving information, right? So, I mean, yeah, for now I'm just gonna make the counter. Yeah, I guess I just I kind of want to avoid dynamic allocations. I guess I can just make, right, but there's no order, so you could make like a static array. It's like, I mean, I guess there's like 3,000 languages or something. Right, but I guess the user would never have more than 200. The problem is I don't have an index, as I just explained earlier. Yeah. I mean, I can, of course, just use a hash map, right? But this is more memory allocations. I could hash the string. I don't know, I guess it just gets too complicated, then I just use the hash map. Which would then be another string hash map, I guess. But in this case, yeah, it doesn't actually need to be a string, right? It can actually be a const char map. Because, yeah, I'm only referencing the string. And that's just an int. So like then it's yeah, just thinking how I want to do the second one, the missing keywords in language, how I want to report that, right? Because what it essentially is, what I just said earlier, it's just a a comparison with the first language and if there's any inconsistencies. So the 100% correct way to say that would be language XYZ like misses or has 5 more or less keywords than the first, right? This would be the exact piece of information, but it's a bit convoluted. So I guess I could also just say language XYZ is inconsistent with the others, right? Yeah. So then I can just make like a struct. Like bool is something like this. Then make this as a value type. Then make something like this. What's going on here? Can be declared const. Soon it can't. Okay. Yeah, so I guess this is then how we store the information. Yeah. I guess I want to do bool is missing keywords. Bool too many keywords. Right, so if neither one of these is true, it's consistent. Yeah, if both of them are true, it's an internal error. And yeah, if either one of them is true, I just print out the corresponding string. Okay, so here I am again with the table, which is the language. Then, yeah, I already have this. I want to give this more explicit name, so this is yeah, I mean it contains the language first and then the table, right? I guess it's the language pair, that's second, that's then the table, and then the table contains the keyword pairs. So then if keyword empty, table so compared with okay, yeah, so then we want to get our info, which is infos from language added first C string. Yep. And then here we say info empty keywords plus plus. Okay, so this is then the first case done. And yeah, regardless, like this has nothing to do with like the comparison stuff going on. So then if the initial table is assigned, or not assigned, we assign it and continue, right? Because we don't, if there's only one table, it is consistent. And then skip don't need to compare table to itself, and then consistency check here. So we iterate through the comparison table. If our table does not contain a keyword, well, there's actually two cases now, right? I guess I just need to save constructor result equals the contains check. So if it, right, I need to do it both ways now, right? Because I want to detect missing keywords, but also keywords that are too many. I think there's a clever way to do it. So is the problem is I can't do a size check. So if I iterate through the base map and check all things that are contained, I mean, yeah, I guess there's actually no way around just doing it twice. Right, because there's no information about what the other contains. Yep, and I don't want to do external. So yeah, and runtime for this function isn't that important, and it's pretty fast anyway. Yeah, but well, in our table, and the exact opposite. Right, so once I'm iterating check reference against current, then here check current against reference. So if it does contain it, well, nothing happens, it's fine. If it does not contain it, then I can remove this stuff again. Then we have a missing keyword. I guess we can already break, right? Because I'm not counting it. I don't know if I like that. And I still don't like the information value that I'm returning currently. So I want to know, what I want to know is if any language is missing, if a language file is missing any keywords, right? Yeah, I mean, the thing is, yeah, even if I use external, if I use like a new hash map to save the pairs, I can still only really do the same, right? Like I need some sort of reference set, which I compare the others to. The problem with this is, the problem is if I think if the first language is the faulty one, right? And you use the faulty one as a reference and compare all other languages to the faulty one. And then all the other languages are gonna show they contain like 10 more keywords. And then you see like 10 languages with 10 keywords more, which, but the actual case is that just the first one doesn't contain, just contains 10 less, right? And then, yeah, I don't know, in this case you kind of need to interpret it correctly, which, I don't know, could be a bit hard, but I mean, I don't know how to make it easier, really. Because, yeah, as I said, like the information value that I give here is that the current table has this and that compared to the reference. Because I don't know the absolute keyword set, right? Okay, so first I guess I want to actually count this. I don't know. I made the fancy loops for that. I don't want to break out of them. Right, the thing is, right. So if I check, so let's make it like a case, otherwise it gets too theoretical. So I have the US, and the US has like one more, right? So I have 2 German, 3 US. Then if I check this case, because German is first, German would be the reference. If I then do the reference, if I check the reference, yeah, against the current one, I will see that the US contains all of the German ones, but one more. This is a different one. Wait, so I don't have any missings, but if I then check if all of the US are contained in the German, I will see that there's one too many in the US. So there's 0 missing and 1 too many. Right. Right, and maybe I wanna help. So I wanna help then make this more self for the user, because essentially what it means if the US has one more, that the German is missing one, right? Yeah. So in the end, what's actually, I mean, this is already it, pretty much, for the checks. So in the end, I wanna pair. I wanna like iterate through this to some printfs. I first wanna do I guess just to look at. Then have like a tab. And then have like so the idea was that instead of printing that US has one too many, just kind of add it to the reference one. But I'm doing this for each language, so also only print this once. So language yes. Right. So my info data. If info data dot missing keywords 0. I want to do something different. Data dot I also want to do something different. Then else log internal error. Because he yeah, you shouldn't be able to have missing keywords and too many keywords. But I guess it can happen, or like, am I wrong? So if yeah, I mean, of course it can happen, right? Like if these are just different ones, it's like goodbye 3, right? Language US, right? So I guess it's about that, right? So it's more about mismatch. It's not about missing. How do I make it easy to understand, right? So right now if I have like a greeting 3 here, only one is the same. But then I have like 2 here that are not here, and I have 1 here that is not in the US. But should I then add it up, right? And then say like there's 3 mismatches. Maybe I just take the positive case up front. So if info empty keywords equals 0, right. So I'm gonna pull this out actually. Like is valid. So what it means for something to be valid means, yeah, so empty keywords so equals missing keyword equals 0. Like that. I guess that's true. I guess it is. Right. Guess I just did like this. And I'm just still thinking about like how, because it's still gonna be quite confusing. Because I can't just print out it like the reference language. Yeah. Guess I can make this. Okay. Yeah, I like this. This makes it a lot better. Because then I can, yeah, then this is all not confusing anymore. Now I just have, I mean, it puts more, like the user has to give me more data, which makes the method more complex, right? But I don't know, it just allows me to stay sane while implementing this, to be fair. Yeah, because now I still have my language infos, that's correct. I don't need to make this a point anymore, because it always will be valid. I need to check if the data.language mapping that contains reference language, if it's not contained, log error and return. And then I mean, just make it auto. Yep. Reference table. Okay. So yeah, so yeah, again, the empty check is done for the reference table as well, but then if reference, I can just do language. And I do want to compare the pointers, otherwise this can get quite expensive. So yeah, so I'm just checking this. A reference table and then reference table. Then I don't need a pointer operators anymore. Nice. Okay, so now again. So this solves a bit the problem with how to present it. But I guess the still side case can still happen. So if I pick D now as the reference, I see that US contains. Oh, okay, I can just say new and missing. Right. So new keywords missing. Because then I can, previously I couldn't imply that I compare it to a reference, right? And then by changing this method in this way, the user knows that all the information means that it's in reference to the given language. So there's a lot of information already implied. So I can, I don't have to worry about giving this information to the user in some way, which is pretty complex. Now I can just list for each language, does it have new keywords, and is it missing keywords in reference to the reference language. Yeah, which is automatically implied now, so I just have to list it. So I can even just remove this actually. Yep, something like this. And yeah, pull this out. So I first have info pair dot first, which is the const jar. Then I have info data dot empty keywords, data missing keywords, and too many. And rename this. Don't need that anymore. Then I can make it function local because I'm only using it here. Makes it less complex. Okay. Yeah, I mean, this should be pretty much it. Now I'm just gonna debug it, you know. There's no point in spending more kind of theoretical time. Yeah, so now we just go into the examples. It needs an asset, right? So it needs some data. I don't know which example to pick, right? Asteroids is supposed to be easier. Wizard Quest already has a lot of features. Yeah. And I can't just make it a single header because I need a resource file. What if I rename this to projects? Make a new one. Okay, yeah, I just searched a bit and brainstormed about the naming, but I like this now. So made a read me to make it clear about the examples, right? There's like demos, because for the localization example, I will need resources, right? I need to make yeah, these language files and yeah, to demonstrate them. But there's also games, which are then full games with like their own build system, right? They have their own CMake file. And then just single headers that you can just include in your project, in your setup CMake project, and then it just runs a game, like runs something. And yeah, to be fair, really all of these are really just meant to be looked at and not really executed. But especially the games, it just gives you the full example on how to do it from scratch, right? Yeah, this is a bit confusing. I'm just seeing what the... But it is what it is. Okay. So yeah, let's get started with the localization example. So I get to the demos, then here, then I need a res where I create some new files. I create the German.mtf. Language code is in, then I have my keywords in English. Then German text. Like a bun, something. Okay. And then that's another file. Okay, something like this, right? And then what I still forgot. Okay, so single line comments is what I want as well, which is pretty easily added to the load method. So with the line comment symbol is hashtag. Then I skip. Right, I can't use that. Cost pointer as const. Is not equal. Wait. Yeah, just wondering. I can't use the point. Is not a new line. Plus I. Guess I want to make a function for that. And then Okay. So when we add this, and maybe leave this empty, and then here what else, like something like this. And we have all the functionality in the and the example. So yeah, I mean, for the setup it's pretty easy, right? Just copy this, and then make source, the source, make main, and then here call it localization. Demo files, don't need Steam. Then we add magique, which does everything for us. Just need to link it. And yeah, gets to the includes. Then we can go into here, make a main. We already have all the includes we want from the add subdirectory. Now this is really cool. Yeah, we wanted some kind of main class. So hang localization. So like this, then make well, I guess I can type it out. So I want to include G-Code game, which you always need. Demo file. Using namespace. We need the onStartup method. We don't even need an implementation. So we just register a task. Underscore C. So we register a task. So in here we can just include our localization demo. Right, why does this not work? Interesting. So then we need to specify the loading task. It needs a state function with the asset container passed in, and then we do something with it. So we register task, passed our function, can run on the main thread, and the rest is implicit, like defaulted. So here we get the asset, which is called, so when the game starts up, it loads everything from the res, from the resource folder, and then we want to get the asset. So we can iterate directory. Pass an empty string to iterate all files, which we are doing now. It takes a void function, it takes an asset. Like this. But I guess so. That's too complicated. I can just get load localization. And then just do assets dot get asset in English that. And then try. Right, what I could also do is I could iterate all the files, check for the file ending. If the file ending is equal to mtf, then load it, but I can also explicitly load it here, which just reads easier. Right, and this should actually be it. We can just load this now. Okay, so I'm opening this as like a Neosemic project. Right, so it's just a bit confusing maybe on the screen, because here we added this as a subdirectory, but our demo is inside this directory, right? Usually you add an unrelated project as a subdirectory, right? But in this case, because we are developing it, we are adding the containing directory as a subdirectory, so our source indicated by the blue thing is actually inside the thing, but it doesn't actually matter, right? So now we can chosen the, so these are all the libraries. Yeah, now I picked this, now we can run it. Now it builds through. Okay, so when you get no assets loaded. Oh, no asset image. That's correct. I need the asset image compiler. Okay. What is the problem? Okay, yeah, we get right into it. So now we can go a bit into debug. I guess we also want some update. I like drawing is always a bit nice to look at. We then want to draw text, so I first get start a message, localize. I'll localize the keyword greeting. And we didn't set the language yet, right? We need to set the language. Include Railab. Message 50-50 25 like. Right, so now everything works. Now I need to debug it. So let's start a deal and step into it from the beginning. Okay, so now I'm in here. The file ending checks out. Get the work language is null. Yes. Oh, maybe I forgot to assign it. Okay, so the cast string. Let's see. So this is the work pointer. It's not in language. Right, it skips nothing because there's no line comment. Now it increments. Increment for something like 7. Okay, so 8. Now we see the separator. Now we increment. Okay, until we reach the end of the line, which is 11. So it's 8 until 3, yeah. So there's some off by 1 errors in there. So cache string that assign. So I do get the semicolon. So I just say language start I-1. I can also do this check I spoke of earlier, so I can do a string comp of the asset that can also is valid. I do have a macro for that, right? Asset check. Right. Yeah, but I can't use it here. I'm just gonna use our setting. Because the string can't dereference a null pointer, right? So then it was 8 characters, right? 1, 2, 3, 8. Okay. I can directly. That's not enough. Return. Okay. So this, I think I said it in the first video, because up until now, before this, it was possible to just there it is, to just make a semicolon here. I had to just completely skip the language, but now I've actually checked. Okay. Then we can go in here. Go like here, so do I have 7? It's actually +1. Now I'm getting even more, so I can skip off that. Already go here. Can move this as well. Okay, so if it already contains, it does not. We break. We get a new table. Continue parsing. Okay, so the length is from 11 to 20. And reading, yeah, so we have to do all that. Can skip this, or we go to the next one. So now we assign the cache. We're still on the top. Okay, go down, so now we have the correct cache string. We get a translation, which is still empty. We get the translation start, then we skip until the end. It's pretty long, it ends 29. Cache string is now welcome. Then we assign the first welcome, and it's successful. Then the next one, goodbye. Bug. Maybe check translation. Bug. Pie. Piano. What's the... I've never seen that before, actually. The fuck? Okay, apparently use it as a tab character. Interesting. Where is it? Wait, so it's after piano. I mean, I don't see it. There's nothing left here. Okay, and I'm just keeps on going out of bounds until it eventually crashes. I mean, this is the same, right? I guess it's not terminated. why am I even... I don't need termination, I know the size up front. That seems easier. I mean, it can't be null though, because I'm checking it. That's fine. Okay. So now we can check the data. Or we can't. Oh. Okay, it doesn't want to open. It's possible here. Okay. Guess we can check the table, so this is correct. Then it logs. Okay, and then in a second, I guess the line comment doesn't work. So crash is somewhere here. Right. Yeah, let's actually start from the top again with the second file. It's the English one. Now we're in the German one. So, I guess I need like this. Okay, still doesn't work. Yeah, I forgot to... Where's it actually used? Only down here, right? I need to get the memory now of the string. How do I get this? Do I guess I need to iterate it or what? What do you iterate? But it works. And I avoid dynamic allocations. Yeah, so basically I have the cache string, right? I can't just assign the language to be the cache string. because the cache string is overwritten later on. But here I'm actually copying the cache string to the internal key. And this doesn't change anymore, so then I'm getting the address of this key. And I guess there actually can't be a line comment here. Well, I guess there actually can be. Okay, I should get until here. Okay. Okay, now I'm in the German one. So I'm parsing first, second, third. What's the file here? And then it's empty, right? Then the jam. I have the jam. Then the length is 0. Okay, and then I guess I'm still on that new line. No? What's that? XE. Jesus. Let's just get this last case again. Whoops, was too fast. So I'm coming out. Oh, the length is -1 now. Guess I need proper. Interesting. Right, this makes no sense. I do want a more robust way to exit. Because the file can end at any point, right? Can it end after a comment? It can end. I don't know, anyway. Guess the best way is then to just break. Yeah, this is what I said earlier, just make a method for that. Okay. I guess I'm now skipping to the new line separator here. So, yeah, because I'm passing the language, so I'm skipping to the new line. This is all the same. Right. And here skip until the new line again. Yeah, but I forgot the checks. If then break. Start, then Translation. Exit if you reached the end of file. Wait. Okay, it should work now. Okay. That's good. That's not good. Why is it not working? Shutdown. Okay, something with Steam. Is Steam enabled here now? Run callbacks. I guess it's not initialized. It's never used, so that's funny. Here, the idea is just that, you know, when you close, you just kind of run the callbacks again to flush everything out. But obviously this can only happen if it was used at some point, otherwise I don't need to flush anything. Interesting. Okay, then I want right, just thinking like this does not work. It skips, then it runs, and then if I do like this, it doesn't work anymore. Because it doesn't reset on new line, but this is fine, I guess. Okay, let's, so yeah, what I want to do is add a keybind. We could do another draw version just as fine if is key pressed. I guess space is fine. Set localization language. OS. How did I get the current language? This needs to be. It's long, but I have to do that. I think. Exactly. So we can toggle between them. This shouldn't be how it is, right? It should be welcome. Okay, something like this. Why is it wrong? 50 and 100. I mean, oh, it's 10. Wait, what FPS uncapped? No. Okay, it should be capped to 90, I think. Yeah. Question is, why is it returning the keyword? Breakpoint here, but I need to start in the US language so I can directly get the error. So the keyword is creating if the current language is empty. It's not. Why can I not inspect the object? And usually it works. Right. Okay, so I get the iterator. Interesting. It's empty. Then we have to go back into the loading. So now we're in English. So skip until 20. Have the keyword, get the translation. Welcome, assign translation. I kind of want to see finished. Can validate localizations with the D. See what it says. It says I forgot some new lines. Interesting. Why is the empty translations? And we should skip here. Okay, we do. But I mean, okay, this is correct. This. It's not correct. Okay. Just so I can inspect that. Okay. So there's two values, that's correct for English. And so the English table then has 4 values. Okay, greeting, welcome. Piano is empty for whatever reason. And this has 5 values. Interesting. So jam is empty and then a 3. Which I don't know where it's coming from. What? Guess I go into here again. So I'm in English. Go again, welcome, goodbye. Okay. So file size is 72. Should be only the piano left. Right. So if it ends right here, it breaks. So yeah, I mean, this is annoying. So if I'm on the last at the last spot of the data, yeah, I mean, this is the new line. but at the same time, our index has already incremented the last tick. Wait, no, if it breaks, it's in here. Alright, I don't know how this makes sense. I'll skip until new line. Okay, and the new line's never found. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Guess I don't actually need to. Because both things are valid, right? If it reaches a new line or if it reaches the end of file. Yeah. But things should be fine. And then here I'm then breaking. Okay, so the German one has one empty. Greeting, goodbye, burger, greeting, burger, and there's just one new. Why has it missing two? Okay. I guess this is then a problem for the validation. Two values. Okay, the table is correct now. And table is almost correct with the 3, or I don't know what this is. It's probably some, I don't know, empty strings at the end. English, 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 German. 1, 2, 3. Jam. Then I'm already after. Why did it not skip actually? So English, now with German file, 1, 2, 3. Hamburger. Then it skips. So I'm already after the hamburger. I skipped the new line. I started with jam. So now I should skip 3. Okay. Then at 75. I have the keyboard jam, that's correct. Then for the translation I skip till the new line. It's correct. Right, then it's empty. I advance. Then I get the line comment. Then I'm at the end of the file. So then index. Right. Just so interesting, like the condition is only true if what am I doing? Jesus. Yeah, you should never do it. Like always make a safe boundary check. Then yeah, I don't even need this. Damn. Yeah, I mean I don't know. I usually don't make this mistake. Okay, so what's the error now? Okay. Okay, perfect. So now both should be right. Double checking size 4. Okay, so the tables are correct now. Now it's just up to the validation. That's probably going something. So the info pair 0, 0, 0. Then actually I'm in the English one already. Yeah, the English one, nothing's empty. The English one is not a reference table. Now I'm checking, going through the preference. Let's check the warnings later. Now I'm going through the reference, checking if it's contained in the English one. So I have the greeting, which is contained. I have the here the goodbye, which is contained. I have the burger, which is contained. And in the English one, well, in the reference one, yeah. So I have the jam, which is not contained. So it's missing one. Then the other way around. So I'm checking if greeting is contained. Checking if goodbye is contained. If burger is contained. The piano. Okay. Right, because the German one has not piano in it. Right, so this should be then correct. Let's rerun it. So yeah, so it has one new keyword at the English language, which is piano. And it has one missing, which is the jam, but the German has one empty, which is also the jam. Yeah, so this is correct. I just want to improve the comma pares. Damn. Writing Spanish. Just want to improve the printout. So yeah, it looks like this. Bonus okay. How can I detect? I can just do info. Damn. That doesn't fit in that one line or what? Okay, something like this. Yeah, maybe I'll expand this right in the future. Maybe I'll add a boolean here with like verbosity, and then I can list what each language, like the actual entry on what keyword is new and what's missing. But for now, this should do. Right, but there's still one problem, right? Because the localize. Why though? Why? Yes, somehow, somewhere, it's not found. Wait, what? Am I using the wrong language code? What's going on? Yeah. Oh yeah, I am. Damn. Yeah, maybe I should make a warning for that, right? But I can't really, because maybe I can. I guess I can make one because it's this. It's like the CV. It's like a very severe case, right? Like there's no localizations for the language you're passing, then this is very likely a mistake. Is it just was, right? Now I'm getting spammed. Okay, yeah, I mean, this works now. Should be fine. Okay, and then here as well, right? Successfully loaded localization. Language en, keywords 4. Then the German contains an empty. Maybe I should use localization instead. Okay, the nice thing is you're still in the same Git, even if I'm in the sub-project here. So, fully implemented localization.h, validation method, yeah, added error handling and mistake detection, and build sample structure. Give me examples. Added to main readme. Added demo with example files. Okay. Okay, yeah, so this is the localization module. I don't know, I really like it. It's a small module, pretty straightforward to use, should do its job. It's pretty fast as well, right? It uses the custom hash maps, which are memory stable. They are like dense. Yeah, but they basically a storage. Just use a vector. I don't know what collision mechanism they do. Like I think Robin, round Robin Nash, something like that. Yeah. But they are pretty good. Maybe the add localization, the manual one, test this out. So apart from that, we used all methods. Yeah. So add custom one. So keyword is jam. Language is DE. Translation is. And then our validation should not report it. So yeah, jam is empty. And that's not contained here, but why did it change? No, so just two new, two missing. Okay, I guess there's some more bug fixing going on now. Yeah, I would guess the line comment just fucked it up. Let's check it out. Okay, it only has size 4. Damn, it used the comment. That's bad. But I mean, this is after the new line. I mean, so I should come out here. Then just cleanly skip. Well, let's test it. Language EN, so it passes the greeting first. And then it should actually arrive at the line comment. Sorry, skip. Okay, it did not. Let's see. Well, actually, get the whole point, then I can see it better. Yeah, so now I'm still after greeting. Right, so I'm just not skipping the new line again. Interesting. Guess I do it like this. So then I'm at the start. I still have the new line here. I guess I mean, I can either change the behavior of this function, right? To skip, because now it only skips up to the character, doesn't consume it. Right, so now I'm cleanly at greeting. Now cleanly at the line comment. Just checking it after the line comment. And still skip the new line. Damn, okay, this is getting kind of annoying. I can't. Guess I'll do it the other way around then. Remove this and then okay. Yeah, so now I'm skipping behind the character. I guess it's fine. Just kinda find the syntax weird. I like the flow of this method. I guess it's not how you do it usually. Yeah, I mean, you can also always turn it around, right? I can come into the method, I can increment up front and then check it, but I can... skip after. after the next new line. Right, I guess I don't need the ending check. So I'm already checking here then. Well, I'm actually dereferencing it. Oh. Damn. Something like this. Okay, something like this then. If a file contains a single comment. Okay. Now I just have to make sure this fits, right? Because now I have to decrement it every. I don't know, I'm just thinking about this because I mean, I don't know, this is kind of more complicated than it has to be, right? Oh, yeah. But I guess, you know, to avoid dynamic locations, I don't know. Well, I guess let's go. Okay, so I'm not the separator. Right, so now it checks every character. That's not what I want. I only wanted to check the first character. I can just skip. Skip after the first separator. Okay. Okay, so we skip after the first separator. If it's empty, we can't pass the language. Then I guess we actually have, yeah, we are here now. Skip after the first new line. Okay, so I can streamline this. Yeah, minus 10, minus 1. Just kind of write it down procedurally. Okay. So now I have all the things. Split this right. Now I can just check if there's a line comment, skip after the comment. And I guess I can add different messages. For example, if I reach the end while reading a comment, I guess that's fine. But if I reach the end by then it's bad. Guess this is more clear instead of this here. Because this -1 just comes out of nowhere. So I have the greeting. Then welcome. Okay, so I just need to refactor this. Whoops. Refactor the end here. So if we reach the end, okay, let's do a final check and I should be. Okay, so see it passed first. Then it's a line comment. But it's not the end. Next keyword is goodbye. Translation is capital goodbye. Then the bug. Oh, the piano. Keyword start. Piano. Whoops. Okay, so now it reaches the end again. Okay. So I guess the English one is fine. Goodbye. Burger, hamburger. Okay, now comes the jam. The jam, so down here. Did I need to increment here? Okay, so because I skipped the line comment. Still in English, 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 German. 1, 2. Okay, now I'm in the line comment again. I continue. Now is the line comment. I'm actually ending. I successfully parsed. What does the console say? Okay, so now it works. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, I guess it's just, I mean, I'm lacking proper string tools, I guess, but I don't know, I feel like it's okay like this now. I mean, most of it is just error handling, right? Error handling, error handling, error handling. Other than that, it's really not much. It's really just skip after, and then it's just a -1 because we skipped after the thing. And then it's disassign, right? Which just avoids more allocations. We can even kind of is it the other way around? No, it's charm. Right, we can even kind of pre-allocate like 20 characters. And then we pretty much avoid allocations for the rest of the thing. And now we can also like insert a comment here, here, and here. Hopefully. No, we can't. Okay, right. Doesn't allow instant comments. I don't know, but it's still, it's not good, right? It's not good. It's too much duplication. I'm kind of annoyed by that. Let's do it properly. Okay. So, while separator, I can do this. I mean, I guess I could just I mean, I can leave it right like it is now, I guess. Because, yeah, I guess it is. It is kind of valid. There's no comment in the first line, but I don't know. This would kind of complicate things because if I, because there's the constraint where the first keyword has to be language, right? And then if I can't assume that it's in the first line, then I don't know. It kind of gets annoying. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I don't like it. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that, I guess. No. Okay. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.